Welcome once again. This is another week. We are meeting for the next episode of The Success Table. This is Brian Nyambati and I'll be your host for today. Remember, this is the place we inspire, we empower, and we give you the real experience of our life is outside here. And today in our show, we have a very, very special guest. This is none other than Nick Luson, a very, very powerful entrepreneur, a motivational speaker. He has done a lot. In fact, I can't even talk much about him. We have him here today, and he'll be giving us very, very powerful insights. Let me welcome Mr. Nick to give us his background and his actual experience as well. Welcome, Mr. Nick.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Wow. We are happy to host you today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, so as you've said, I'm an entrepreneur. My experience is really in the solar energy industry, but I'm also a motivational speaker and an author. So I'm very happy to be here. I know you guys do a great job motivating and inspiring young entrepreneurs, so that's why I'm here.
We are very, very happy to host you here today. You know, you've talked about solar energy, and our world today is moving towards that. We are going back to the natural light, going back to actually getting the sweetness of our God-given features. It's so nice to have you in our show today here, knowing that Nick Luson is somebody who is into solar very much. You know, we have seen Tesla, Elon Musk doing a lot with the energy industry. And we have you here today because we want you to share your story with us, because we want to inspire somebody outside here to know that no matter what happens, there's somebody who has also come from the ground. And with me here today, I'd like you to tell us much more about your area of specialization. What have you specialized in? What have you studied? What is actually your background, education, and all that? And what are you specializing in as of now? You can tell us about that.
Okay. Well, I've always been an entrepreneur at heart and a hard worker. And I come from the United States, and I had a job. My first job was, I think, when I was 14 years old.
Wow.
Selling newspapers door to door. And then I became a telemarketer. And so we used to call people who did not want to talk to us and tried to sell them home improvements. Mm-hmm. And I got a lot of training there. I was very fortunate. A lot of hardcore sales training happened there. Mm-hmm. And then I was even luckier because they added solar panels to the products we were selling. So we were selling paint and energy efficient windows. Then they added solar panels and they trained us. And it made a lot of sense to me. You know, it's free electricity from the sun. And I was good at it, and I sold a lot of solar panels. And that was all through high school, 16 years old, 17 years old, 18. Then I went to university, and my father actually lives in Kenya. He convinced me to do 1 year of university here at USIU.
Wow.
So I came, I did that, and the whole time during the year, I was just thinking that solar energy is a big resource here in Kenya. There's a big opportunity. And at my job in California, when I was a telemarketer, our boss used to come into the building sometimes, and once a year we would have a party. He would let us use his boat that had his face painted on the side, and he had a nice car. The whole time I was just wondering, thinking to myself, I want to be that guy. I don't want to be the manager. I don't want to be, slowly climbing the ladder. I wanted to know, how do I do something like that? So when I came to Kenya, I saw the opportunity for solar. I decided to stay, and I started my own company. And that was a solar energy company. It's called Tahoe Solar. And we specialized in installing and procuring solar equipment, solar water heaters, and solar electricity. In college, I studied marketing. So all of the solar energy stuff is things that I taught myself online, reading, watching YouTube videos, and interacting with people more experienced than I am. And to be an entrepreneur is very, very difficult, and it goes hand in hand with motivation. And being a motivational speaker is something that's also in my heart. So at the same time, I became a motivational speaker, and it's something that I love to do. I've given many free motivational speaking talks. It's not something I'm really trying to make a ton of money with. It's just something I'm passionate about.
Wow, the passion. You've actually combined your heroes special different together with what you've done here in Kenya. And I've noted that from all the way from USA, when you came to Kenya, you decided I will stay in Kenya because you saw there's an opportunity in Kenya. And that inspires me, because if you can see an opportunity in Kenya and staying in Kenya, to also help other people, because apart from now opening a company which has opened a lot of opportunities to even the local people within the country, but you have also gone ahead to do motivational speaking, which is very good, because now, despite you doing it practically, you go ahead also to inspire other people, telling them it's possible, this is how you do it, this is how it goes. That one, even I personally get inspired about it. And one thing I know, when you do all these things, there are things you face, the challenges. Of course, there's the failure, there's the ups, there's the downs. And today, there's somebody outside there probably who is thinking, I've started my business, it's going down, I've done company, I've done this, I don't think I can do this anymore. Which challenges do you face in your field, in the solar energy? Which challenges do you face in the motivational speaking industry? And what failures did you encounter that you can tell us today as well? Because you can be able to just highlight those challenges and those failures you encountered on your journey as you build yourself to be who you are today.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, one of the first things, I guess the starting point to answer that, is for an entrepreneur, you really should not start unless you really, really love it and have a passion. Because it is extremely difficult. You will certainly have failures. You will certainly have dark times and struggles. And if you don't love it, you won't continue. And this is advice that Steve Jobs gave. Don't start something if you don't love it. So I'm lucky that I did follow my heart, I did follow my passion. And there was many, 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 many dark times. Literally to the point of being suicidal. And in fact, the first solar installation I did on my own with my new company, it was a major struggle, and it was a solar water heater. And I barely got it done. I went home and felt proud about myself and turned off my phone. I woke up in the morning, the customer was calling, we flooded his house. I had to pay for those damages. That was one of the low points of my life. Literally, I did not know what, it was very, very dark.
That was one of your most desperate moments.
You
felt like
I
should quit on this company.
For sure.
Oh.
For sure. And there was many more. It's not that you overcome once and then everything is smooth sailing. It's non-stop struggles and ups and downs. And like I said, if you're not passionate about it, I would say don't even start, because it's going to be extremely painful. But the good thing is, if you persevere and if you put your whole heart into it and if you work extremely hard, it's very rewarding.
Wow, I feel inspired for that, because to the extent most of the people in the beginning, they usually see a very straight line.
Yeah.
They never see the mountain, they never see there's a valley. They only see this business is going to make profits in 2 months, going to grow in the next 6 months, 1 year.
Yeah.
But when they hit the first road bump, they're like, I was not prepared for this.
For sure.
I think I should do something else so that next time I prepare.
Exactly.
And that is how they exit the entrepreneurship world.
Yeah.
Which actually brings a big concern. Now, when you actually got all that, those challenges, those failures you encountered in your solar company that you started, how did you come out of that? How did you get it through? And in this case, after you got through it, what was your breakthrough? What made you come back to you and you grew from that point? How did you handle your challenges? How did you handle your failures? How did you handle those desperate moments?
Yeah, well, I mean, it takes internal strength, and a lot of entrepreneurs call it grit. You have to find it within yourself, because it's dark times. It's not an easy thing. I can't even tell you what it's going to be like, because for an entrepreneur, those dark times are really, really dark. It's not something that someone else can describe to you. So it really has to come from a place deep within your commitment. You have to know why you're doing it. Because if you're doing something just for the money, you're going to exit when the money is low. Or, if you don't have a dream that you're pursuing or a higher purpose, you're going to give up when it's difficult. So I think that's what kept me going, is that it was never about the money. It was never about short-term, success or anything like that. It really was tied to higher purposes in my heart, in my life. So through the dark times, you have to take it. You have to suffer, you have to take the pain, and you have to believe that things will be better. And then you have to work for it. So really, I think to answer that question is, it has to tie into a higher purpose. If you just dream of getting Instagram famous or making some money so you can drive a nice car, you're probably going to give up when it's tough.
Yes.
So you shouldn't do it.
So in this case, one of the things which kept you going is the passion, the grit that you had. You had a purpose why you were beginning that solar energy. And one thing I noted even from your background, at 14 years of age, you came across a company that was actually not dealing with solar. And I can see now where probably your passion came from, where everything came from. And it gave you that zeal to go through the challenges, to go through the failures, and to make it happen. And it actually worked. And you can tell us now, what was your major breakthrough? What was the major breakthrough that actually now brought you from that low point when your business probably was not performing well? What was your breakthrough? What gave you that success that you have?
Well, that's a difficult question, because maybe you've heard that it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And so maybe from the outside it may appear that there's a breakthrough or not. From my perspective in my own life, I don't think there was a breakthrough so much as just persevering.
Yes.
Perseverance is the key. There may not be a moment where everything changes. And even if there is a moment, from my perspective, it doesn't seem like that, because that's just the natural progression of 5 or 10 years of suffering and working hard and never giving up. So from my story, I don't think there's a breakthrough so much as just maybe in those dark times when I decided not to give up. That's the breakthrough. But then the success happened 5 years later. But it's those dark times alone, if you can find within yourself the strength to continue, that's the real breakthrough.
And you have actually made it even more simpler, because most people, they believe, I'll just get lucky, let me just do it the way I can do it. But probably maybe one time somebody will come and tell me, what, today I'm going to make sure this business is going to be successful. But from your story, I'm learning something. The perseverance, you putting that hard work into it, the day and night, the early mornings, the late nights. And it makes sense to the person who say that you have to persist until you make it, which actually becomes very, very encouraging. Now, as we actually get this short break here, I like to say this. We are at Sunstar Hotel. It's located along Thika Road, a very, very cool place. You must visit Sunstar. Actually, some of their services will be lighted down here. You can be able to see them, and you can visit this place and enjoy the cool environment that we have, the serene environment even that we are doing our show from. It's very, very cool. It's very, very sweet. You must visit this place one of these fine days and get that particular experience for yourself. Nice foods, cool environment, good restrooms, conference halls, so many other things. And as we continue with our show today, remember, we are hosting Mr. Nick Lawson, and his story is already inspiring us around here. We are liking it so much, and we are going to continue from this side. He's going to talk much about his success, what he has actually achieved, and in this case, the good thing that he has been able to do it.